What up, everybody? It's fitness tip of the week with yours truly, AG the dad. Um, today, today is important, like any other day in your fitness tip. But today, don't don't believe the hype. That's right. Don't believe the hype. And the person that's going to explain that to you is the one, the only, who Vince the Beast. So let's bring him on. What's up, Vince?
What's up, brother? I should have worn my PE shirt today.
You should have, but why can't we believe the hype, man? Because everybody says that this is great and that's great, and the hype is real. So, what do you mean?
Yeah, because you know that people talk about, um, well, this this works, and this is the workout, this is the diet, this is the plan. Yeah, I heard this, I've heard that, or there's a video about this, there's a book about that, and people talk about all these different different formulas and all these different strategies that they've read about, and they say that this is the truth. So there's a few of them that I wanted to hit on, and that people have asked me about, or I've read about, that I'm just like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. Most of them are things that people ask me because I try to send out different questionnaires to people and have surveys, and just in dialogue with other people just in the gym throughout the years. And these are a lot of questions that people ask me, and none of them are bad questions. So I always say it's not a bad question. It's really about what are different questions about what are you trying to do, and or um, you know really about getting the knowledge for yourself. So I do apologize in advance, everybody. I am dealing with the tail end of a cold. Thank God it's not COVID related or COVID per se, but if I cough a few times, you know why. So don't have to worry about it. Of course, we are virtual, so you don't have to worry about me getting you any germs. So we're
That's
all
right.
good
Why
over
you
here.
keep doing it? I'm in studio and you're over there in your studio. No, I'm not worried about it. I know that you you practice safe distancing and wash your hands and your hygiene is great. So I wouldn't be concerned. I know it's a cold. Uh, you know, uh, you should go out. People in general, I think you should go out there and definitely go see um, if just take a COVID test just for peace of mind. But I'll let you get back to what you were doing, what you were saying.
Yeah, so I say I have a list of them, and again, thank you everybody that tuned in and signed in. Miss Journey, hey, how you doing? Top of the evening to you. Hope you're healthy and well over there. Um, so you want to? These are some of them again. That questions, and these questions may be things that you think about or have asked somebody or are wondering about. So hopefully, a couple of these uh, will remedy your thoughts or your worries or concerns about these specific topics. But if you haven't yet, don't forget to check in here, Shit Talking Sundays. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Like I said, this is an interactive show, and AG is putting together some great shows for y'all to check out. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and so you can keep beating the loop and keep up the point and up on standard with this. So with that saying, what I'm saying, check us out here at teamfitnessmajor.com. Uh, that's the website. Phone numbers 916-868. I mean 916-410-1950. A little discombobulated. And don't forget about the website, the email at fitnessmajor@gmail.com. With that being said, though, let's get to the first one. The first one is fats, carbs, sugars, right? Fats, carbs, sugars didn't make you fat. So, of course, people think, oh, and yes, so some of these are like true and false, or they're kind of a mixture of both. because you think about fats, right? There's different types of fats. We talked about some of this before, but fats, you got the healthy fats, fats from uh, like think about like avocados. You think about eggs. Um, you think about like extra virgin olive oil or coconut oil. You think about the good fats, but then you think about the trans fats and the fats that are the lard. So fats, of course. Then you have carbs, which is in most foods. You think about the good carbs. You think about sweet potatoes and yams. Think about black beans. You think about brown rice or quinoa. Then you think about like breads, just regular old white bread, starch bread. You think about uh, pinto beans. Think about white rice, uh, flour, things that go into carbohydrates. That they got the good and the bad. And of course, I mean most of the stuff that carbohydrates convert to sugar. But then you have healthy, good sugars. You have sugars from like your fruit, your natural sugars. So you even got like sugar that's in like honey. So you think about things that are sweet. You think about those things, and so those don't make you fat per se. Now, of course, if you eat too much of it, absolutely, but it's more about the application of it and the different types that you use that make you fat. It does. It also can play a role in when you eat. We're going to talk about that one too, because there's another thing about that. But overall, it's about the types that you choose of those three: the carbs, fats, and sugars, and when you and how much you use, how much you apply. Like I'm gonna tell you, when I was a kid, sugar. I don't know how I. I mean, I don't know how I beat diabetes. Like I would put sugar in my frosted flakes. That's how bad I was. I would at the end of my bowl, there would be sugar at the bottom of it, and I would take my spoon and scoop it up and eat it. Like that was terrible as a kid. I don't know. I mean, I was a sugar maniac, I guess. So, like most kids are, if you give them that free reign. So definitely don't do that. Don't eat frosted flakes or add sugar to it if you do have frosted flakes. Um, just a simple recommendation. But fats, carbs, and sugars is not the reason why you gain weight or why you put on a lot of fat. So another thing is genetics isn't the reason the thing made you fat either. Don't get me wrong, you do have body types, you do have genetics, and they do have a role in how your body responds to different things, to foods, to exercise. And if not training properly and not putting together a proper meal plan and monitoring your diet and monitoring your lifestyle, you can obviously put on fat. So you kind of get this the first two I just said, kind of get like it can, but it's true but false at the same time. So if not done right, absolutely. But that's anything though. If you don't do stuff right, most things, if you do it excessively, or if you don't do it correctly, yeah, there can be repercussions. So it's not your genetics. You can't say, oh well, I put on weight. I'm genetically just this. So yes, you can or vice versa. Be like, oh well, yeah, you work out and stuff, but you got genetics. Like, wait, what? Do you know how many people that have quote unquote good genetics that are overweight and out of shape? It's just like it does have a role, but you still have to apply yourself. It's just like, again, I'm not a supporter at all of this, but you look at like, oh, people say, oh well, Barry Bonds and a lot of the athletes that were real heavy steroid users got busted for steroids. Well, it was that helped them become great. No, they put in the work. They grinded and they did the things that they had to do. Because just because I mean, that's the case, you could take steroids. I could take steroids and go be an NFL pro athlete right now, just based on just taking steroids. According to that logic, That doesn't make any sense. So you still have to have a skill set, and you still have to have the application. So even though it just enhances that for them. So when they say, "Oh, it's the genetics," it's the genetics. No, that's an easy out. That's a cop out because I tell people talking about, "Oh, if it's genetics, then come train with me and let's find out if it's just genetics." When we train, and you see the work that I put in and see how hard I grind, and then you tell me something about, "Oh, it's just genetics." You know, 3 4 days later when you can barely move. So it's more than just genetics that are a contributor to you being fat or you being fit and in shape. It does have a role, but it's again, all this is about knowledge and how you apply it. So another one is, what you eat matters more than when you eat. I mean, yes, definitely, people know what you eat is vital. Again, we just talked about when we talked about the fats, carbs, and sugars, the different applications of foods. When you eat is important, but I would say for the most part, it is about what you eat and how you eat it. Portion control, portion sizes. That's that's a big part of about when you eat determines what you eat and how much you eat of it. So definitely those are key contributors to that because you don't want to eat your heaviest meal at night if if you are a 9 to 5 work person, you go to bed at nighttime. You don't want to have your lightest meal in the day and have your heaviest meal in the evening. So when you eat is important, um, but what you eat is I would say even more so important because again, you can eat the healthiest stuff, but you eat a whole lot of it before you go to bed. It can be counterproductive to your gains if you're trying to, say quote unquote lean out or lose weight or reduce body fat. Let's see what people talk about. Oh, well, I'm in the gym, I'm working out. I work out 3 4 days a week. I work out 5 days a week. I'm there for an hour and a half. I'm there for 2 hours. So when I'm in the gym, you know, I don't see the results. And I know, 'cause I've been doing this for 6 months, 8 months, 10 months. And I say to people, how are you assessing your progress? Or I say, how is it that you are keeping your intensity up? And how do you know what your intensity level is? A lot of people don't even know what their intensity scale is or how the levels are. So you can say you're consistent, but consistently doing what? Consistently showing up at the gym. I mean, don't be wrong. That's a great plus. I mean, that's step one. Before you can do anything, you have to get there, right? You have to be in the game in order to participate. But it's not just. But that's just step one. That's just the step one is just getting there. Once you get there, is what are you applying to, and how are you applying it, and how much are you applying? What's your intensity level when it comes to building up that and getting to that next level? Are you standing there and you're getting on the stationary bike and you're just leaning back in the chair and you're just pedaling, pedaling, pedaling while you're watching TV or while you're reading the book or while you're looking at videos on YouTube or you're listening to Shit Talking Sundays, which wouldn't be a bad thing, but at the same time, you still need to create an intensity that's going to force your body to adapt to the demands that you place on it. The law of adaptation. I've said that enough times. So if you're not forcing that or causing that change, if your intensity level isn't, and it has to be like that every workout. You can't say Mondays I'm doing 80% intensity. I'm going to give 80% of my intensity, and then on Tuesdays, I'm going to give 70%, 75%. Okay, Wednesday I'm gonna take a break, and then Thursday, no, it's the end of the week. my body's a little tired, my muscles a little fatigued. I'm only gonna give 60% today because 60% is still a good number. Then okay, well Friday come around. All right, I'm gonna do 50%. And then I went out Friday, so let me go to the gym Saturday, and let me do 70% again. No, it needs to be at a high enough. It needs to be a high intensity throughout each individual workout. You should be fatigued. Not saying that you can do it, but let's say so. Okay, let me break that down real quick, a little more. So, because I can see where this will get people's minds going. Like, well, what do you mean? Like, you talking about like the intensity scale? No, the intensity scale should always be at a certain level. Now, you could change your intensity scale as far as your repetition, your rep and set count. 70%, or if you're doing max strength, you're more of a 90-95%. If you're doing hypertrophy, you're more about 60 to 8%. As far as the range of that, but as far as your effort and your output, that's what I'm referring to. Your effort and your output should be the same. What I mean by that is at the end of each set, whatever your number is, 10 reps, 12 reps, 15 reps, 20, 25 reps, whatever your rep count is, at the end of that exercise, you should be fatiguing out from that exercise. So then you go on your rest protocol. And you come back and do your next set, you should be fresh enough to get through that set again. But at the end, you should be fatigued. So you should exhaust the muscles. No matter what your level is, you need to find whatever that level is. You need to exhaust your muscles at each set so that your body can again adapt. And what it's going to adapt to, excuse me, how it's going to adapt is your metabolism is going to stay high. So your body's going to say, well, we need energy. So we're gonna tap in after 20 minutes. We're going to tap into this fat storage for fuel. We're going to tap into your fat storage so we can get some fuel, so we can recover, so we can push these weights harder for the next time, for the next set. It's going to adapt by converting when you're resting at the end of the night, when you're sleeping and stuff. It's body's going to say we need more muscle, so we're going to add more muscle so that we can compensate for these weights that we're lifting or the next workout. It's going to adapt by telling your body we need more oxygen flowing through these muscles, flowing through these veins, because we only have this much time before this maniac's about to put us through another crash test. So we need to make sure that we get enough oxygen fed to these muscles so that we can hit them again and push them again to the maximum as hard as we can. So that's what I mean by you're not as consistent. Are you consistently giving the maximum output than when you go to the gym every time? Again, we're not robotic. It's not a mechanical thing. It's not. We're not zombies. Your body is. Some days you may not feel it. Some days you may feel it even more than you normally do, which is fine. But either way, even if you're tired, so we're going to talk about the tired thing because when you're tired, you should still just challenge your body as much as you can. Even if you don't stay as long as you normally would stay. If you just do half of your workout or half of the time, a third of the time, but you maximize that with maximum effort throughout that time period that you gave. That's what I'm talking about. So make sure you do that. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one that dipped into Frosted Flakes and sugar. I really appreciate to know that I'm not the lone wolf around here. I didn't think I was, but I just wanted to make sure. I mean, I haven't had Frosted Flakes in, I don't know, a couple decades, maybe 3. It's been a long time since I ate some Frosted Flakes. But I remember as a kid, I ripped into those things. I used to just take the bag and, that big old C&H bag. I'm aging myself and just start dumping. It was all bad. I don't know if you did that, AG, or if you had a sugar or cereal that, man, but I was horrible. But don't let me
Uh,
talk about the don't let me talk about with the Kool-Aid.
oh yeah, man. For me, the sugar. What was my? I like Sugar Smacks with the frog.
Uh-huh.
That was my go-to cereal. I would eat that with milk, without milk. Actually, without milk because I was lactose intolerant. So once I realized I was lactose intolerant, I didn't eat it with milk anymore. But I would just eat it.
Mm-hmm.
Pour it in a cup. Eat a cup of a big ass tall cup of cereal. You
Yep.
know, that used to be how I went down.
It was crazy. It was crazy, man. That's crazy stuff when we was kids. That stuff like that they used to get on, but it's so funny. It's
Now the
amazing.
generic Sugar Smacks is horrible. It's like eating Sugar Smacks, like diet Sugar Smacks. It just
Oh, I haven't
sweet,
had those.
sweet
Thank you.
enough. You know how you drink when you. I think some of you out there that mess with equal that artificial sweeteners and stuff. It's sweet, but it just there's something different about
With
it.
the aspartame in them, yeah,
That
yeah,
aftertaste. So
yeah.
that's how I feel about the I guess you would call it the surplus uh, cereal, where you can buy it in surplus.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a reason why it's surplus.
Yeah, yeah, you know. Uh, Maybe here's a conspiracy theory for you on cereal, ladies and gentlemen. I think that all the cereal that doesn't have all the good sugars and nutrients and stuff like that, when they go through their taste tests as they go through the conveyor belts and stuff, and they fall through. I think these are the collected fall throughers that they put in
Oh
bags and they
man.
sell those. You're like, here, these aren't as sweet. That's why they're a little cheaper. So that's my conspiracy theory behind everyone, because waste not, want not, right? There's got to be some defective cereals. What do they do with them? They don't just throw them away. They bag those shits up and they give them to the. I'm not gonna call them. Uh, they start with a W and end in a O, or start in a W and end in a T. Those places they might have. I don't know. I'm not saying anything in specific, but a lot of those places do carry a lot of bulk stuff. Conspiracy theory. Hey, let's argue. Hit me up. I made you the
Right,
day
right.
at Shit Talking Sundays. Email me. Shit. You know what? I'm gonna give you the hotline number. There it is. There. If you don't like what
Call
I
that
just said,
number.
are you curious to know? Call me. Call me live right now. If you call me right now, the phone will ring. I will answer it, and we can debate this. So um, that's my story. I think as far as cereal is concerned, I'm sticking to it. If you're a little shy and you don't want to do this live, you could email me, agthedad at shittalkingsundays.com. If you're enjoying this podcast, obviously you have to be, because you're back. I need you to share this. Hit the like button, the notification button. If we can get enough likes going, we'll get an algorithm going, and then before you know it, we got a whole community up in here, and we can act a fool. Because then that's when the real shit talking is going to start for me, at least for me. Right now, I'm letting him build up everything, you know, uh, educate you, let you guys be the guinea pigs to making sure that his fitness strategies work. Now, quick, just FYI, I've used his strategies, and I went from 120, give or take 5 pounds, more so take 5 pounds away, and I went to 165, 170. So, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to put on weight. So his strategies definitely work. If you want to lose weight, I've seen some dramatic transformations on some of his clients. So if you're on the fence about it, I mean, what's it gonna hurt to hit him up on this number right here, this 916-410-1950? Ask him for a consultation. He'll give you a free consultation. Tell him AG the dad sent you, and that's how you got the number. If you just think he's handsome and you want to shoot your shot. There you go. Have your own personal trainer. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know whatever your reason is for calling that number. You could have that. And if you want to stalk him, we got Fitness Major um, at Gmail. Where's it at? Right there, fitnessmajor at gmail.com. You can hit them up right there. Or you know what? I'm gonna give you everything. Teamfitnessmajor.com. There's no excuses. No excuses. Don't believe the hype. I'm AG the dad. Don't forget to hit that notification button, share, like, subscribe. We need all your friends here. Tell them about my crazy ass. You know what I'm saying? But I am the Cupid of the fitness world. So ladies, if you're interested, my boy over there is actually I don't even know if he's single, but if he is, once again, here's his number. Hit him up for a consultation. Hit him up for whatever you need to do. But back to the fitness tip of the week.
Please don't stalk me. I carry weapons and I run fast. Thank you. Here's your disclaimer. So yeah, thanks for that. And so, excuse me. So we're gonna get back to a few. I have about 5 more. And again, these are a lot of ones that were given to me or asked to me by clients or friends or things like that. So or just again, I mean, there's educational things that I've done over the years. So yes, you do need to eat vegetables. I don't know of any progressive, any worthwhile diet or training program that eating vegetables should not be incorporated. Preferably fibrous vegetables. Fibrous vegetables like you think about broccoli, um, um, let's see, Brussels sprouts, um, leafy, leafy vegetables. You think about a cabbage and greens, carrots. You want to kind of eat from the rainbows, squash, spaghetti. I mean, there's a really good spaghetti squash you can make. Um, as long as you, prepare the meat and the seasoning right on the meat and the ingredients in that, you're good to go. But vegetables will help. Obviously, it help because it has vitamins and minerals, which will help regenerate the body, repair the body, grow the body. It also help you become regular. We are on Shit Talking Sunday, so it help you go take a shit regularly and get rid of all that mush and all that excess and all that stuff. Especially if you're starting over, starting a new program, or you're just fresh starting out with your lifestyle journey. So vegetables are vital. This is a big one. I get asked this. I mean, I've been asked this probably since the very first time since I became a trainer. You cannot spot reduce fat. Sorry, it's just you don't. You can't say I want to just work on my abs and just get rid of the fat there. Okay, but you want to, but it's not just going to come off of there. And of course, it's like a lot of. It's not really a man. Men don't really want to keep any type of fat tissue on them, but women like, yeah, I want my breasts to stay full and perky. I don't want to lose my booty, but I want to just get rid of my midsection and get that slim waist. And that's where the inflection of all these like waist trainers and all these different corsets and all that. So a lot of the shape and the weight that gets reduced from there, or the transformation, a lot of that is water weight. It's not really fat. You're not losing fat there because you're wearing it. I mean, if it was that easy, I mean, how would gyms be so full if all you could do is just wear something and go on quote unquote, lose the fat from that area? Like if it was that easy, that people wouldn't worry about diets or anything like that. So you cannot spot reduce fat. And I mean, it's unfortunate because I mean, areas of fat, and most people I know have areas of fat that they just want to lose. Like, oh, I'm good here, I'm good there, this is fine. I just want to lose this. If I can just lose this will be good. And then the problem with the area that most people want to lose, belly fat, back fat, are it's around your vital organs. So that's one of the reasons why fat is stored around there more, because it acts as an insulation for your organs, and it acts as a protector. Just like you think about when you order stuff from they get shipped, and you see it come in bubble wrap, it's for protection. So that's it's kind of fat is kind of like the bubble wrap for like your liver and prostate, for your pancreas, and your and a lot of your vital organs, your ovaries, and things like that. You know, so obviously you can lose it, but it's stubborn, because that's one of the reasons why. So it's not just one person; it's everybody. So, but in all, you cannot just pick a spot and say fat be gone, Thanos snap it, and it's out of there. If you find a way to do that, please contact me immediately. I will drop everything. I'll drop the show right now. I will drop the show right now. I don't care where you are. I will come to you, and we will hatch out $1 trillion scheme. So we're going to be richer than shit. I'm telling you, because there won't be nobody else out there rocking that formula. We will be the richest people on the planet. Elon Musk and all of them couldn't hold a candle to us. I'm just saying. So no, you cannot. Supplements won't fix a bad diet. We talked about that. Protein shakes, can you have a weight loss protein shake? No, they don't exist. It's not a weight loss protein shake. Protein shake is exactly what it is. It's a supplement. It has, most of them are protein based or protein heavy, so that you can supplement for a meal replace. Instead of having a meal, have something a little lighter, a little easier. Or in this case, a lot of people don't like to eat breakfast, or they don't have time to eat breakfast, or they're not breakfast eaters. So it's easier to drink than it is to eat. So like a protein shake is really good to supplement that. But as far as taking a vitamin, and these supplements are going to be the thing, or a fat burner, or thermogenic, or think about any of the supplements. We talked about the supplement and before in a previous show. If you haven't listened to these previous shows, if you're new to the shows and new to the channel, you're new to AG the Jad and Shit Talking Sundays, get on the link. That's why we say like, subscribe, share, because then you can also go back and you can listen to previous shows. For me, other shows AG has on his own, other shows that he also helps have brought together for you listeners to check out. So please do that if you haven't. But supplements, you cannot, just like you can't out train a bad diet. You cannot just supplement a bad diet with supplements and get to your goals. They have a role. That's not it. Which I just talked about. The fat burners, they don't work. I'm sorry. And you know what? I'm actually been reading up, doing some studies on some other things, fellas. All these, I'm not going to put any companies out there, but you see the commercials, especially like they have the athletes on there talking about testosterone boosters, these expensive testosterone boosters. They typically don't work either. Not the way you think they do. There's other things there's food that you can incorporate. There is exercise you can incorporate. And there are some select supplements that help to ignite the natural testosterone that's already within you and to help maintain that testosterone. But that's going to be another show. We're going to pause on that and we'll come back to that one. But going out buying $60, $80 testosterone pills, nah, bro. Don't do it. Don't do it. Same with the fat, just like the fat burners. Let's see.
They always say, uh, I forgot what the dude's name is. That football player. Oh man, oh he's not as good as he used to be. You know,
Mhm.
uh, that old Genix. You know,
I'm not gonna name no name. I saw one of them today, one of the commercials today. So,
right? That's why I didn't call it what it's called. It's
and
uh,
I almost bit the apple, and I said, let me go and do some certain, let me do some, because as you get older, yes, your testosterone levels drop. We talked about that before, but
you know, the, there are so many foods out there that will help increase your testosterone, but as you get older, it's I'm not gonna say it's good for you to lose testosterone, but I want to say it does humble you a little bit as you lose your testosterone. You know,
okay,
you definitely don't have the same energy to want to do all the things like hike, uh, you know, um, I don't know, play football, basketball as you get older. I mean, some of us still do. I mean, I'm still in the gym, but there's some people I know that are not in the gym. And having weights at your house doesn't mean you work out. It just means you have weights at your house. So when people say, "Hey, I work out," don't believe the hype. Don't
like I
believe
said,
the
you're
hype.
not as consistent as you think you are.
Yep. If it's
Um,
at your house, I'm telling you, look, I went that route. I tried all that. And I'm going to tell you that realistically, if you leave your home to go work out, you will be more successful than staying at home doing it, because eventually something will interfere with your start time, and you'll make an excuse to do it later, and laters turn into days, turn into weeks, turn into months, turn into you don't do it anymore. So you definitely want to get out your house. It's good for you anyway to socialize. At least that's my opinion.
it is a mindset, and you have to be a certain type of person. It's
Hmm.
just like the whole thing. Well, I need some people they need to have a trainer in their face. They need to have that one-on-one with a trainer.
Hmm.
But then some people can do like online, like my online programs, and
Hmm.
be and very successful at it. Some people could only get motivated by working out in groups.
Right. I mean, some people just need the
It all depends on what's your fix.
yeah.
I mean, if I had the right equipment and so like that, I mean, so here's the thing you have to do. Whether you do like you talking about, yes, correct. It definitely helps to maintain the have better results when you go leave a house and go to the gym in this sense, because like you said, when you're at home, you will allow a lot of people allow people to distract them, and I've had too many conversations with clients that work out at home.
Hmm.
They have their kids, and then the kids let them distract them, or oh, I got to get this stuff done here at the house first, so I got to do this. But you need to treat it just like you would if you was leaving to go to the gym. You say, no, this time I'm leaving. I'm mentally leaving this facility, leaving this house, and do not bother me.
Hmm.
And you have to instill that process, and do not deviate it. Not say, oh, well, this one time, I'm just doing cardio, so they can come in and hang out, we can come and talk to me or whatever. No, every single time, do not disturb, off limits, no vacancy.
It's a
Whatever you
lifestyle.
need to do,
Yes, it's
do
a
not
lifestyle.
bother me, or else. And you have to be stern, and you have to stick to that, because and if you do that, and I've had clients that's what they do. They say, this is my program. They
Hmm.
know when I go in this room and shut this door, they know what time it is. I mean, and just think about it like this: people that are working at work, that only want to work out at home, or they're just working out at home. Think about it as if you're working from if you're working from home, you have the same process. If you're working from home, and you have to be stuck to your computer, or you have to have a job that you have to be focused. You tell them, look, I'm going to work. I'm working. Don't bother me. And you have to apply that same logic when it comes to your training programs.
Hmm.
So, but find out what it is that is going to work best for you.
You know, if this is any help for anybody out there, I'm gonna tell you like this: what got me motivated to get in the gym and stay consistent. Um, when I went to the doctor did some blood work, and they said, "You're pre-diabetic." I said, "What does that mean? Does that mean I have diabetes?" And they say, "No, but if you continue on the same path, you will." And for me, all I can envision was losing limbs by getting them chopped off and stuff like that, because family members that I've had, um, they had diabetes and they started losing limbs, and it wasn't it just no. So for me, it scared me enough that I went into the gym and I took it serious and I went hard 5 days a week for about 6 months, and I saw results. I mean, noticeable results. So, um, if you start your journey, because it is a lifestyle, start your journey. Don't give up because you don't see change. Just know that every day that you go in there, it seems easier because your body is getting used to and accustomed to working out and moving, and
Uh,
you will find that you will feel way better. There'll be days you'll be in pain. Don't get it wrong, but yeah,
hold on, Ag. We've done that show,
yeah,
so
we
don't
have.
give them all the goods now. Look,
Oh yeah,
if you haven't done it yet, go back. Know your why. We talked about that. So
yep,
you guys need to come on and get on. If you haven't, if you late to the party, get on. Rewind back, look back. Shit talking Sundays, look back.
yeah. We have a lot of
Know
fitness
your
tips.
why. Okay,
Yes,
you're gonna get that what he just said and more. Know
yes.
your why.
And like I said, and he's giving you the secret to how you can get free personal training. It's right here. He's laying it all out, you know. But also, um, if you can get a friend to work out with you, it works even better. Sister, brother, um, daughter, son, mother, father, anybody, um, get healthy together. Best friend, um, insignificant other or significant other. Go to the gym, make a friend, see if you can keep somebody to keep you motivated. You know, tune into Shit Talking Sundays every Wednesday so that you can get an idea on what you want to do when you go to the gym the next day or later on that night or whatever.
Yep.
But know your why. Uh,
So I got two more, and we just one of them we're kind of talk about exercising, and just doing exercise is more important than how you do exercise. No, that is definitely not a good thing because you and I preach this to the end of the day. It is about proper technique and control. Don't be wrong. Everyone's not going to be perfect. But when I mean, and you know what, I'm gonna say this. It's okay even to do forced reps, but even with forced reps, you want to still have a certain level of control. You still want to isolate. You still want to focus and isolate those particular muscle groups. So you think about a military press to maybe you're at the end and you're fatiguing, or even if or you can even do a program on it because there's plenty of explosive. A lot of athletes use military press, um, as a warm. But a lot of them do like explosive military presses. So the difference is you do activate a little bit of leg and glute activation or your butt, where you kind of do a little, not even a quarter squat, just a dip, just a dip to explode and press the weight. So you're using your legs and stuff and your legs to help you to push the weight. Force reps are fine, but again, it has to be in control, because once you start just doing whatever, once you just doing it however you want to do it, that's when, one, you stop working the muscles that you're supposed to work. You start to um, activate all these other muscles that are not supposed to even have a role in this, and then you can start to overwork those muscles for when you start working those specific muscles, and one, obviously it can lead to injury. And if you continue to do that, of course, like Neji talks about always, the habit, you start creating this bad habit. And I see this all the time. That's why I gotta walk around the gym like this sometimes, or like this, because I see people doing some stuff, and I'm like, "What are you doing? What is that?" I saw somebody just yesterday doing something. So he was doing flies, chest flies with a cable flies, right? But he was doing this. I don't know what the hell. I mean, I'm guessing it hit some chest, and then he was doing them like this or something. I don't know. I can't even. Then he was doing like a flapping motion. I I don't know what he was targeting at all for the most part. So just doing the exercise is not enough. Doing it, doing it the proper way, working on the proper muscles, knowing what muscles you need to work on, or what muscles that you're supposed to be working on in that exercise is is vital. Again, it's okay to do every now and then do some force reps, or to do a program based on explosive movements, and which involves some force reps. But you still need to have the level of control to where when you're doing your military press, they're not coming forward or going out like this and doing, you look like you're stretching. So don't do that. And then one of the last ones is, the more you sweat, the more you lose weight. No, that is not true for a number of reasons. I mean, it's true in the sense of this: you lose water weight, so it's not 100% true. I mean, 100% false. You lose water weight, which you regenerate once you drink that protein shake, or you drink your water, or you get your electrolytes, or whatever it is you drink after your whatever your preference is. So don't get me wrong. I mean, so sweating is good for a couple things: for body regulation, for detoxifying. But as far as just, you're not going to lose weight. And that's not that the more you sweat, like, oh, this person. And then there's also the factor of your sweat glands. Not everyone has the same level or same amount of sweat glands. And then some people are more deconditioned than others. Some people are just natural sweaters. Like, you see people like, and they just sweat. Like, I remember like basketball, Patrick Ewing. Like, man, that dude was glistening. He was like, he had like a cloak of like water over his body. He was sweating like a maniac. Obviously, he's an Olympic world athlete. He's at the top of his game. But so it doesn't mean that the more you sweat, the more you lose weight, or the less you sweat, the better shape you are in. So don't look at it as, oh, I can just sweat. So that's why, and I think that's where the whole influx of sauna suits came in, and wearing sweat suits, and just all of it is trying to make your body just bog down and just sweat more, to thinking that you will lose weight. Yes, you lose water weight. Like, you think about fighters and stuff. A lot of them, they might go in the sauna to lose that weight for that weigh in that evening or that afternoon. but then they go back in, they flew it up, they hydrate up, but then, and then they the next day they're in the ring and they're like 10, 15 pounds over whatever the weight limit is because they don't replenished. And don't not only is it not true that you just lose weight because if you sweat more, it's very dangerous. Um, I mean, you even look at a lot of athletes; they've had to pull out of competitions because they needed an IV because they were so dehydrated or they got sick. And not only that, like you know, passing out. So you have to be really cautious about some of these myths or facts or some of these things that people say are rules that you should apply or abide by because they can be dangerous, obviously, because they are talking about dealing with your body and making your body respond to certain ways. But I always say, do your homework, talk to a professional, get some training or get some guidance, get some coaching, and do some research and some homework on your own as well, because there are so many things out there. I could talk about this show, this topic for the rest of the year because there's so many different myths and things out there that, well, people that talk about and they think that it is gospel or they're doing it just to sell you or just to acquire your services, and they're not. That's not the case. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm here to tell you the real deal and to encourage you to become a better version of yourself through health and wellness and fitness. So that's the whole goal and purpose for me, and what I do. So, but now, if you want to, of course, sign up for consultations, we are here for you, and we're here for that. You call the number. We can talk about setting up a consultation. You can hit up the email, or you can hit up the website. You see the email right there, or you can just go to the website and click on the new client survey, take the survey, and also you can do new contacts and hit us up and leave your information so someone could call you and get you started on the pathway to healthy lifestyle.
Hey. So at the end of the day, mindset, it always comes back to mindset. Mindset, mindset, mindset. Go back, start from number one. Even if you're already caught up, start all over again. You might have missed something. Matter of fact, I'm sure that you missed something. So if you go back, there's going to be something that you missed. And maybe there's something that you feel like we need to talk more about. If you got questions, the beast got answers. So make sure you utilize this time every week, 6:30 every Wednesday, fitness tip of the week. Don't be shy. Don't be afraid to ask a question if you want. Look, I'm giving you his number. There's no excuse. I'm giving you the hotline number. There is no excuse. If you want answers, we can help you. So don't be afraid. Don't believe the hype. Just know that me, I'm AG the dad. And that man over there, that's the beast. And we do fitness tips of the week. Uh, are we done or is we finished?
Yeah, I was thinking about doing my Flavor Flav dance imitation, but no, we're gonna stick to that. We're gonna stick with this for now. I don't want to turn off any of the viewers.
Right on, right on. So, hey, next week, we always got another hot topic for you. Um, tell your friends, subscribe. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button. You know, if you share and hit that notification button and all that, it lets us know that we are providing a good service to you. Um, hey, man, I want to try to help you with as many questions and answers as we possibly can when it comes to this physical fitness. It's here for you every Wednesday at 6:30. Um, every Tuesday we have In the Light of a Warrior with the MS Warrior, and every Sunday, you know, it's your boy AG the Dad trying to help you with some morning service with Pastor Phil over at Calvary Christian Center. That airs at 9:30 every Sunday. So we got a lot of stuff that we got going on. There's some other shows that are coming up in some drag racing. Uh, you need to look for Rough and Ready Racing. They're coming. Um, Vince, uh, Mr. Beast, Mr. Fitness Major, Team Fitness Major. It's been a pleasure to have you on the show. Um, any parting things you want to tell your viewers and listeners?
Like I always say, your success is written. You got to claim your success, but change begins with you. So make that happen. You can do it.
Yep, definitely does. Thanks, man. Thanks for helping us out with this fitness tip of the week. And look forward to seeing you again next week. Everybody, don't be afraid to challenge yourself. If you don't challenge yourself, you will not see any gains, any transformation. If you just go there and you're going, oh, 5 pound weights 5 times, put them down, just going through the motions, you won't see change. I don't care how often you do it, you're just going through the motions. So I strongly urge you, if at very basic, get a consultation with Vince the Beast so that you can at least maybe get a good idea on where you want to start. And at the very least, come back, see us again every Wednesday at 6:30. I'm AG the Dad, Shit Talking Sundays. Peace, y'all. I'm out.